Good evening, guys. Today I want to speak with you about motivation, discipline, and in general organizing your studying. For me personally, I'm not feeling motivated every day, and I think that's actually okay. Motivation can come, she can go, and that's totally normal. But the only thing that is left is discipline. So I think that in general, if you just starting something and you just going into this self-development or self-motivation, self-education, it's really important how you will start. If you know yourself that you can start like really rapidly and for you it's totally okay from the first day to give yourself 4 or 5 hours of studying, guys, it's perfect. But if you know that it's a little bit too hard for you, my tip is just start from 20 minutes per day. I know that it's really, really not enough. It's super small amount of time that you can give to your studying, but it's still better than nothing. So if you're just starting and it's so easy when you go to school or if you go to university to just sit there for 40 minutes and study because it's organized for yourself, it's organized for you. And there you have no opportunity to just stand up and go somewhere because you're physically there and you need to do it. But if you study at home, I would say even if you study online, it's really hard to organize yourself. Because, for example, even if you study online, you still have some lesson and you still need to sit for, sometimes 1 hour, sometimes 40 minutes, it depends. But you sit and in this time you can do something. But if you completely learn yourself, nobody's controlling you. Nobody is telling you what to learn, when to learn, how to learn, and nobody is telling you that please sit and do something. So it comes on your shoulders. And I think if you're just studying and if you feel completely distracted, it's okay to start with 20 minutes per day. I think that studying, it's kind of like doing sport, It's really hard to start. Sometimes it feels even weird to start because you're like, what should I do? I'm not so good at it and I'm getting so tired of it. So just slowly. Second day, you can learn not 20 minutes, but 30 minutes. And every day just doing bigger and bigger and bigger amount of time that you can just, pay attention to. And if you know that one day you can't do it, like you're tired, you are sick, or something's going on, you're like, super sad, okay, just take 1-2 days off. It's totally okay. Like even people when they go to work, they have 2 days off, usually leave. So it's okay. But then you need to start. And some people, I know that there are different tips for this and different motivations, but what works for me, I have my own printed calendar. So I have here the date for my exam. And every day after I study, sometimes it's after 20-minute session, sometimes it's after, 50 minutes, it depends when I remember about it. I'm just taking some pencil and drawing to myself the day that I learned. So, I think for me it's really important to visualize my studying, Also, I think it comes to me when I need to write something. So if I'm not writing what I learned today, I'm counting as I was not studying today. I don't know. Also, I think that what helps me that I'm posting every day on TikTok and once or twice per week really big videos on YouTube of my study sessions. So that's how I feel kind of that I need to sit, that I need to learn. And also when I do it, I don't have opportunity to scroll my TikTok or any kind of social media. So that's also what helps me. When I was studying in Korea, what we did, I need to think about it. Yeah, exactly. We were always going to some cafe and just study, They have this studying culture and actually it was really nice, and that's what I'm missing a little bit in Europe. That's, I don't know, here's a little bit different vibe, but when I lived in Korea, we always almost every day we went somewhere with my friends and we were just studying for a couple hours per day. So yeah, that would help me. And from this point I will also go to other points that find yourself some friend with whom you can share your studying with. I think it's actually really helpful when, if you can't organize yourself, that you will feel kind of that you have some other person with whom you can share this process, and that other person can also study. And then, you know, when you do something and then you feel like distracted, you see your friend and your friend is studying, and you also will automatically study because you feel that your friend is busy and your friend is doing something, so you also need to do it. People, they also do video calls, and I think it's kind of cute that you can feel yourself a little bit busy, and if you study something, I don't know, maybe same topic or at least same subject, you can even share your research ideas or in general what you learned today, speak about it. And I think it really helps when you do something and then you can share your ideas, because you kind of feel it that you need to share something, so you need to learn. For example, when I was studying English, I was, I think, 8, 10 or so. I was going to courses and I couldn't speak at all. And I was super shy and I felt like, I don't understand this and I don't want to do anything. But then our teacher, she was so smart. She did specific contest, and every day when we were coming to our lesson, we had specific points for example, for participating, for doing homework, and for behavior. And the last one, I think it was not from the beginning, but at some point we were reading English books, and then we needed to retell them. So every day when I was coming there, I felt that I need to read at least 2-3 pages so I can retell it, and then I will get this point, and then in the end I will get some sticker, and in a couple of months maybe I can even win first prize. So yeah, I think it's kind of smart to give yourself some some present or some idea that you will get in the end. Also, if you can't do some contest for yourself or for your friends, what you can also do, just find some exam that you will need to do in a couple, I don't know, weeks or months, and then some product that you want to buy. Or it can be anything. It can be cosmetic, it can be some study essential, or it can be just some small sweet, but you can buy it only after you learn something or after you will pass your exam. So I think it's kind of, small stimulator that will help you to actually study. Some other ideas would be that you can find for yourself some park or cafe or library that you want to go to, and then give yourself this kind of aesthetic Pinterest lifestyle vibe, so you will feel yourself that you are doing something and that you are cute, and that you're doing something big, and maybe you can even do some blog about it. I think it will kind of motivate you, because as I told you, that motivates me, that I need to post something every day. And yeah, what else could be? So I think about discipline, that's plus minus all. Anything that can give you these boundaries you can use. For example, for me also what works really nice is that I have my own music playlist on YouTube, and it's around 50 minutes or so, like 55, and every time when I need to study, I just turn on this playlist and then I'm listening to this music and study in parallel. Also, it sounds really weird, but for me, to remember some specific topic, I need to remember the song that I was listening to, and then automatically I'm remembering what I was learning about. I know. I think it's kind of because during my study sessions, I'm always listening to specific songs, and they all have specific, speed, lyrics, I don't know, volume of music and some rhythm. And then I study, and then I write something, and then it's, automatically connects in my brain. So it's kind of also of my, it's kind of my routine. Yeah. Also, I think next one would be that you need to do some self-care routine every day, because I think it's really helps. So for example, if you just wake up and then you sit and study, sometimes you can get a little bit bored. But if you wake up, you do some, I don't know, because for example, if you wake up and you do face massage, makeup, hair, you dress something cute, you drink specific, I don't know, drink, it can be coffee, I don't know, mint tea, like anything, and I don't know, you have some small rituals, it gets you kind of in this mood, I know that some people, they also do candles, and then they kind of, create this atmosphere around them that helps them to study. I think that you can find it funny, but it really helps, because it also works as a timer, but it also works as a specific ritual that gets you into this discipline. I think there's nothing weird when it comes to create some rituals and routines for yourself, because if it helps you, it helps you. So yeah, the next one would be that, of course, if you completely can't focus yourself and disciplinize yourself, and even if you study, then you're always distracted, you need to download some apps for your phone that will just block you on this time. Like, what I mean, that it will not allow you to open any kind of social medias. Like, if you can't control yourself, at least something would control you. Also, different timers, different apps with counting, video calls, I don't know, specific podcasts on background, everything that has specific amount of time. And yeah, it's basically like a timer, so it will help you. Yeah. If you have any tips that you want to share, or maybe you had some maybe you saw some article that you want to share that connected to this topic, or in general to education, you can always share it in my comments, because I would be really interested of reading that. And I think that in general, if you have anything that you want to share with me, and if you have anything that you want to discuss in next episode, also share it with me. I was really happy to see you here, and see you in the next video.